All right, this whole thing started in the most random way possible. Like, I wasn't looking for money, I wasn't chasing some big idea, I was just killing time. I remember walking into this tiny, kind of dusty bookstore. Not even one of those nice aesthetic ones. Nah, this place looked like it hadn't changed since the 90s. I don't even know why I went in. I just felt like it. I was flipping through random old books, not really paying attention, when this one thing caught my eye. It wasn't even a proper book, more like a worn-out notebook shoved between some old encyclopedias. Something about it felt off, like it didn't belong there. So I pulled it out, opened it, and right away I could tell it wasn't just notes. It was full of handwritten formulas, weird ingredient lists, measurements, little comments in the margins. Some pages were stained, like whoever wrote it had actually been working with something real. At first, I didn't get it. I'm like, what is this, some chemistry notebook or something? But then I started reading more carefully, and that's when it hit me. These weren't random formulas. They were perfume recipes, like actual ones. Different blends, combinations of oils, notes, percentages. Some had names scratched out. Some had little notes like too strong or perfect balance. And I don't know why, but I just stood there for a second thinking, yo, this is kind of crazy. I had zero experience with perfumes, none. I wasn't that guy. I didn't even think about stuff like that. But something about it pulled me in. It felt real, not like some internet guide, like someone had spent years figuring this stuff out. I bought it for a few bucks. The guy at the counter didn't even look twice. And walking home, I kept flipping through the pages, thinking, what if this actually works? I wasn't thinking about business, not even close. I was just curious. But that curiosity, yeah, that's where everything started. So yeah, I got home, dropped my stuff, and went straight back to that notebook. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, who even writes stuff like this by hand anymore? And why did it feel so legit? I picked one of the simpler recipes. At least it looked simple. A few ingredients, some measurements, nothing too crazy. I'm like, all right, how hard can this be? Bruh, I had no idea what I was doing. First problem, I didn't have anything I needed. So the next day, I went online and ordered a bunch of random oils, alcohol-based, little bottles, droppers. I felt like some budget scientist putting together a lab in my kitchen. When everything arrived, I was hyped, like actually excited for once. I laid everything out, opened the notebook, and started following the recipe exactly, drop by drop, trying to be precise like it actually mattered. And then, I smelled it. Man, that thing was horrible. I'm talking straight up chemical disaster. It didn't smell like perfume. It smelled like I mixed cleaning products with regret. I literally stepped back like, yo, what did I just create? I checked the notebook again, thinking I messed something up. Tried another one, then another. Same result. Trash. At one point, I just sat there, surrounded by little bottles, my room smelling like a failed science experiment, thinking, yeah, okay, this was dumb. Like, seriously, what did I expect? I'm some random guy with zero experience trying to recreate something that probably took years to master. But here's the weird part. Even though I failed hard, I didn't feel like quitting. Something about it clicked. Not the results, obviously, but the process. Mixing, testing, adjusting. There was something kind of addictive about it. I went back to the notebook and started noticing things I missed before. Tiny notes in the margins, adjustments, crossed out ratios. This wasn't just recipes. This was trial and error. And for some reason, I caught myself thinking, what if I just keep trying? So yeah, I didn't quit. I don't even know why, but I just kept going. At this point, my room smelled like a war zone of bad decisions. Bottles everywhere, notes on my phone, that old notebook always open next to me. But instead of just blindly following recipes, I started paying attention, like really paying attention. I noticed patterns. Certain ingredients kept showing up together. Some were labeled as base, others top notes. I had no clue what that meant at first, but I started Googling stuff, watching random videos at 2 a.m., trying to piece it all together. I stopped trying to copy the recipes exactly. Instead, I started tweaking them. Just a little at first. Less of this, more of that. Testing, smelling, adjusting, over and over. Most of it still sucked, not gonna lie. But then one night, something changed. I mixed a small batch, nothing special. Honestly, I almost didn't even bother smelling it right away because I expected another disaster. But when I did, I froze. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't luxury brand level or anything, but it was good, like actually good. Clean, balanced, wearable. I smelled it again just to be sure. Wait, hold up. For the first time, I didn't feel like I failed. I felt like I understood something, like I had just unlocked a small piece of the puzzle. And that feeling, man, it hit different. I got excited, like genuinely hyped. I started writing everything down, what I used, how much, what I changed. I treated it like data, not just random guessing anymore. From that moment, it stopped being just a random experiment. It started feeling like something I could actually get good at. And for the first time, the thought crossed my mind, clear as day. What if I could turn this into something real? So after that first decent result, I got a little too confident. I'm like, okay, maybe I got something here. I made a couple more versions, tried to improve the smell, make it more complete. Then I had this idea. Let me get real opinions, not just me guessing in my room. So I brought a few Malinki samplers to work. Nothing fancy, just cheap little bottles. First person I asked was my coworker. I was like, yo, be honest, what do you think? He smells it, pauses for a second, and goes, it's not bad. Not bad. Man, that not bad hit me harder than it should have. Like, yeah, it wasn't this is amazing, but it also wasn't what is this garbage. So I took it as a win. But then I asked more people. And yeah, reality kicked in real quick. Some liked it, some said it was okay. One person straight up said, it smells kind of weird, bro. Another one was like, I wouldn't wear this, but it's interesting. That word, interesting, I started hearing it a lot. At first, it messed with my head. I thought I was on to something, and now I'm getting hit with mixed reactions. I remember going home that day feeling kind of off, thinking, maybe I'm overhyping this. Maybe it's not that good after all. But instead of quitting, I did something different. I started asking why. Why don't you like it? Too strong? Too sweet? Too sharp? I wrote everything down. Every comment, every reaction, even the negative ones, especially the negative ones. And slowly, I started seeing it again. Patterns. People liked certain parts of the scent, but something always threw it off. Too much of one note, not enough balance. So I went back to my lab, aka my messy room, and got to work again. And this time, I wasn't just guessing anymore. I was building something. So I went all in after that. Like, no more random mixing, no more guessing. I treated it seriously. Every batch had notes, measurements, feedback attached to it. I was basically running experiments every night after work. And yeah, it was exhausting. Some days I'd come home tired as hell and still force myself to test one more variation. Sometimes it felt like I wasn't moving at all, like I was just going in circles. But then, one night, I made something different. I don't even know what exactly I did differently. Maybe I finally balanced everything right. Maybe I just got lucky. But when I smelled it, I knew. This one was clean, smooth. It didn't hit you too hard. It didn't disappear too fast. It just felt right. Next day, I brought it with me again. Same people, same question. Be honest. First person smells it, pauses, then goes, yo, this is actually nice. Not interesting, not okay. Nice. Second person, wait, you made this? Third, I'd actually wear this. And then one of them said it. I'm not even joking. I'd buy this. Man, that moment, that hit different. I laughed at first, like, yeah, right. But he pulled out his wallet and was like, now for real. How much? I didn't even know what to say. I had never thought that far.
I just threw out a random number kinda low just to not scare him off. And he paid. Just like that. I remember holding that money thinking, yo, this is real. Not a dream. Not maybe someday. Someone just paid me for something I made in my room. That's when everything shifted. Because now it wasn't just a hobby anymore. Now it was something else. And I knew right then, I have to take this seriously.
After that first sale, something switched in my head. Like there was no going back anymore. I wasn't just trying stuff in my room. I had proof. Someone paid me. That meant other people could too. So I started taking it seriously, like really seriously. I ordered better bottles, designed a simple label, even came up with a name. Nothing crazy, but enough to make it look legit. I set up a small page online, posted a few photos, told a couple friends to share it. At first, it was slow. A few orders here and there, nothing wild, but it was consistent. And every time I heard that notification, new order, man, that feeling never got old. But then things started picking up. More people were sharing it. Someone posted about it, then another person. And suddenly, I had more orders than I expected. And that's when the real problems hit. I was doing everything myself, mixing, bottling, packing, replying to messages, all in my tiny room. I'd come home from work and go straight into production mode until like 2, 3 a.m. I messed up orders, sent the wrong batches, ran out of materials. One time I delayed shipments so bad people started messaging like, yo, is this a scam? That one hurt. I remember sitting there, surrounded by boxes, stressed out of my mind thinking, what did I get myself into? For a second, it felt like it was all gonna fall apart, like I grew too fast and wasn't ready for it. But then I took a breath and told myself, this is a good problem. It means it's working. So instead of panicking, I stepped up. I organized everything, created a system, tracked orders properly, bought more supplies in advance, learned how to actually run this like a business, not just a side thing. It was messy, it was stressful, but slowly I got control back. And that's when it really hit me. This thing, it's not small anymore.
Looking back now, it's actually crazy. Like, I still remember that random day in that dusty bookstore. I wasn't chasing money. I wasn't trying to change my life. I was just bored, killing time. And somehow, I walked out with the thing that started everything. And now I've got a real brand, real customers, people I don't even know ordering something I created from scratch. I see messages like, this is my favorite scent, or I get compliments every time I wear it. Man, that never gets old. I'm not working that same exhausting job anymore. I wake up and work on my thing, something I built, something that actually means something to me. And yeah, it wasn't smooth, not even close. I messed up so many times. I made stuff that smelled terrible, I got discouraged, I almost quit more than once. Even when things started working, I nearly lost control because I wasn't ready. But that's the part people don't see. They see the success. They don't see the nights where I was sitting there like, yo, this might not work at all. The truth is, this didn't happen because I got lucky. It happened because I stayed. I stayed when it was frustrating. I stayed when it smelled like failure, literally. I stayed when nobody cared. And eventually, it clicked. Now, every time I pick up one of my bottles, I don't just smell a fragrance. I smelled every mistake, every late night, every small win that got me here. And yeah, that random notebook, it didn't just give me a recipe. It gave me a direction.
Before you go, hit that like button and subscribe for more unbelievable stories just like this one. See you in the next story.